Hello everyone. What if I told you that some of the vitamins you're taking every morning might actually be making you sicker, not healthier, especially if you're over 60? If you care about your health or someone else's, hit like or share this video to help more seniors stay safe. Today we're talking about dangerous mistakes older adults often make with supplements and which vitamins you should be taking instead. HEALZO will bring your senior health checklist, and it might just save your bones, your heart, or even your life. Number 1. Vitamin E, a hidden danger for seniors that can cause bleeding and prostate cancer. Hey, let's talk about something that might surprise you. A lot of folks over 60 take vitamin E, thinking it's good for their heart or skin, but the truth is, high doses of this supplement can quietly put your health at serious risk. Vitamin E is often marketed as a powerful antioxidant. Sounds great, right? But in supplement form, especially the kind sold in high doses, it can thin your blood and make it harder to clot. That might not sound too bad, until you remember many seniors are already taking blood thinners for heart disease, stroke prevention, or circulation problems. Mixing the two, that's a recipe for dangerous bleeding, both inside and out. The American Heart Association states that large doses of vitamin E, especially over 400 IU per day, may also raise the risk of prostate cancer in older men. That's right, what's often seen as a heart-friendly vitamin could be feeding the very conditions we're trying to avoid after 60. If you're dealing with heart problems, diabetes, or have had minor bleeding that just won't stop, or unexplained bruises on your arms or legs, it's time to bring it up with your cardiologist or primary care doctor. They may recommend cutting out vitamin E supplements altogether and getting it from food instead, like almonds, sunflower seeds, or spinach, where the dose is safer and more balanced. For senior health, it's not about taking more, it's about taking what actually helps and removing what quietly harms. If you thought thinning blood was risky, wait until you hear what beta-carotene can do to your lungs, especially if you've ever smoked. These two might seem harmless, but they carry hidden dangers that hit hard after 60. Number 2. Beta-carotene, a vitamin, look-alike, that raises lung cancer risk in older smokers. Hello everyone. Carrots are healthy, right? Sweet potatoes too. They're packed with beta-carotene, and that's where most folks stop thinking. But when beta-carotene is pulled out of those foods and packed into a pill, that's where the danger begins, especially if you're over 60 and used to smoke. Beta-carotene is a compound your body can turn into vitamin A. In small amounts from food, it supports eye health and your immune system. But when taken as a supplement in high doses, it behaves very differently. The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force states that beta-carotene supplements have been shown to increase the risk of lung cancer in older adults who smoke, or used to. That's not just theory. Large clinical trials in the U.S. and Finland both found the same shocking pattern: more beta-carotene, more cancer. So how does it happen? When isolated in pill form, beta-carotene can act as an irritant to lung tissue, especially if your lungs have already been damaged by tobacco, air pollution, or long-term workplace exposure. Over time, this can trigger mutations that raise the risk of cancer. If you've ever smoked, worked in construction, or lived with chronic cough or shortness of breath, don't mess around with this one. For better senior health, skip the supplement and stick with natural sources like carrots and spinach, where your body takes only what it needs. And if you've been feeling unusually tired, coughing for weeks, or losing weight without trying, it's time to talk to a pulmonologist or your primary care doctor. Early lung scans can save lives. If you've used any kind of supplement with beta-carotene in the past, especially as a smoker, type 2 in the comments. Let's see how common this is. Number 3. Folic acid, hiding nerve damage behind a mask of memory support. Hey there, have you ever taken a brain supplement that promised to keep your memory sharp after 60? Chances are it had folic acid in it. But here's what many people don't realize. For seniors, this one can quietly cause more harm than good. Folic acid is a synthetic version of vitamin B9, often added to fortified cereals and daily supplements. It's important during pregnancy, sure, but after 60, routine folic acid supplements can backfire. AARP states that too much folic acid can actually hide the signs of a vitamin B12 deficiency, something that's already common in older adults. Here's why that matters. Vitamin B12 is essential for your nervous system. When you're low on it, nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems, numbness in your feet, brain fog, even depression. But if you're taking high levels of folic acid, it can mask those symptoms so you think everything's fine while damage is happening under the surface. It's like covering a leaking pipe with duct tape. It might look okay, but the damage keeps growing. For better senior health, most people over 60 should get their folate from food, like beans, leafy greens, and fortified grains. That's enough for your body without tipping into risky territory. Supplements are usually not needed unless your doctor finds a true deficiency. And here's the important part. If you've been feeling off lately, maybe a little confused, losing balance more often, or even dealing with long-standing fatigue or low mood, it's worth seeing a neurologist or a doctor trained in senior care. You might not need more folic acid, you might need a B12 test before the damage gets worse. So maybe you're not taking folic acid, but what about vitamin A? One hides nerve damage, the other quietly weakens your bones. Both can feel healthy on the surface, and that's what makes them dangerous. Number 4, vitamin A, slowly weakening your bones and liver without you knowing. Hello everyone. You've probably heard that vitamin A is good for your eyes, your skin, and your immune system. And that's true. But here's the part nobody tells you. Too much of it, especially in supplement form, can slowly damage your liver and thin your bones without any warning signs. Vitamin A is stored in your body's fat and liver. Unlike vitamin C, it doesn't flush out in your urine. So if you're taking a multivitamin, maybe eating fortified foods, and then adding extra vitamin A on top, your body just keeps stockpiling it. Over time, this can lead to toxicity. The Linus Pauling Institute states that older adults who consistently consume over 1,500 micrograms per day have a higher risk of hip fractures and liver stress. And this is especially serious for seniors. As you age, your bones naturally lose density, but too much vitamin A speeds that up, making your bones more brittle and increasing your chances of a fall turning into a fracture. Your liver also becomes more vulnerable with age, and vitamin A overload can quietly raise your liver enzymes and cause long-term damage before you even feel a symptom. For better senior health, you should aim to get your vitamin A from food, like eggs, carrots, and sweet potatoes, rather than supplements. These natural sources don't overload your system the way pills can. And if you're already taking a multivitamin daily, check the label. If you've been feeling dizzy, dealing with unexplained bone pain, or had a recent fall, it's time to speak with your endocrinologist or primary care doctor. You might not need more vitamin A, you might need a bone scan instead. Have you ever taken fish oil or multivitamins without looking at the vitamin A content? Hit 4 below if this part made you rethink what's in your cabinet. And look, if you've made it this far, let's take a breath and pull it all together. We just talked about vitamin A and how something meant to protect your eyes could be quietly weakening your bones and liver, but that's just one piece of the puzzle. Before that, we looked at folic acid, how it might be masking nerve damage if you're low on B12 and don't even know it. Then there's beta-carotene, the one that seems harmless because it's in carrots, but in pill form, it's been linked to higher lung cancer risk, especially if you've ever smoked. And let's not forget vitamin E, the one people think helps the heart, but in high doses it can thin your blood and raise prostate cancer risk in older men. So, yeah, these aren't small details. They're the kind of things that can sneak up on you, especially after 60, and especially if you're taking supplements without knowing what your body truly needs. If this helps you feel more informed, take a second and subscribe to HEALZO. We're here to look out for your senior health, one smart choice at a time. All right, now that we've cleared out the dangerous ones, let's shift gears. If you've been wondering what is worth keeping on your shelf, don't worry, we've got you. For senior health, it's not just about avoiding the wrong vitamins, it's about choosing the right ones that actually protect your bones, brain, and immune system as you age. Let's take a look at the ones you should be taking daily after 60. Number 5, vitamin D, your invisible shield for bones and immunity after 60. Hey, let me ask you something. When was the last time you got a little sun on your skin? And no, sitting by a window doesn't count. That's the thing about vitamin D. Your body makes it from sunlight, but after 60, your skin just doesn't do the job like it used to. Vitamin D plays a huge role in keeping your bones strong and your immune system ready. Think of it like a shield. Without it, your body can't absorb calcium properly. And that means weak bones, sore joints, and a much higher chance of fractures if you fall. Health experts at the National Institute on Aging point out that adults over 70 need at least 800 IU of vitamin D per day. And most older adults aren't getting enough, especially in winter months or if they stay mostly indoors. Plus, with age, your immune system naturally slows down. That's why getting sick hits harder and healing takes longer. Vitamin D helps regulate your body's defense system, keeping you a little stronger, a little steadier, especially when your system needs that extra backup. For senior health, you can get vitamin D from foods like salmon, egg yolks, and fortified dairy, but even then, you might still need a little extra help. Supplements can be a safe and easy option as long as you stick to the recommended dose and take it with a meal that has some fat in it to help your body absorb it. And if you've been feeling bone pain, muscle weakness, or notice you're getting sick more often than usual, it's a good idea to check in with your primary care doctor or bone specialist. A quick blood test can tell you if you're low, and fixing it could mean fewer falls, better balance, and a stronger defense year-round. If vitamin D is your shield for strong bones, then vitamin B12 is the spark that keeps your brain and nerves running right. The two work in different ways, but both are essential after 60 and often go missing without warning. Number 6, vitamin B12, quiet deficiency that can hurt your brain, blood, and nerves after 60. Hey, have you ever stood up too fast and felt a little dizzy? Or maybe your hands feel tingly for no reason, or you've been forgetting small things lately and brushing it off as just getting older. These might seem random, but they could all point to one missing piece: vitamin B12. This vitamin is essential for healthy nerves, brain function, and red blood cells. But here's the tricky part. After age 60, your body isn't great at absorbing B12 from food anymore. That's especially true if you've been taking acid-reducing medications, have diabetes and use metformin, or if you follow a mostly plant-based diet. Your stomach simply doesn't release enough acid to process B12 the way it used to. Experts in senior health and nutrition say this is one of the most common deficiencies in older adults, and the symptoms can sneak up on you. Fatigue, poor memory, balance issues, even mood swings or depression. Some people chalk it up to aging, but in reality, the nerves are struggling silently. You can get B12 from foods like eggs, dairy, meat, and fortified cereals, but even then your body might not absorb enough. That's why supplements, or even B12 shots, are often recommended by doctors. And the good news? It's safe, even in high doses. If you've been dealing with low energy, frequent lightheadedness, or numbness in your hands and feet, this isn't something to guess on. Talk to your primary care doctor or neurologist. A simple blood test can tell you if your B12 levels are off, and getting it corrected could make a world of difference in how you think, move, and feel every day. If you've ever felt lightheaded, forgetful, or just low on energy, comment 6 below. A lot of people don't realize how common B12 deficiency is after 60. Number 7, vitamin B6, the missing piece that supports memory, mood, and immunity after 60. Hey there, you've probably heard about vitamin D, maybe B12, but there's another one that often gets overlooked, even though it plays a big role in how you think, feel, and fight off illness. That's vitamin B6. And after 60, it quietly becomes more important than ever. Vitamin B6 helps your brain produce neurotransmitters, those tiny signals that control mood, memory, and focus. It also plays a key role in keeping your immune system strong and your energy levels stable. But as you age, your body needs more B6 than it used to. And if your diet's light on protein, or if you're dealing with kidney issues or diabetes, your levels might already be low. Some health professionals working in senior health have pointed out a link between low B6 and symptoms that are easy to miss: irritability, foggy thinking, trouble concentrating, or even mild depression. These signs often get brushed off as just aging, but they could actually be your brain asking for help. You can find B6 in foods like chickpeas, bananas, salmon, and fortified cereals. But even with a decent diet, older adults sometimes still fall short. A small supplement can help fill that gap, and it's generally safe as long as you don't go overboard. If you've been feeling more forgetful, emotionally off, or just not quite yourself lately, it's worth checking in with your doctor or a neurologist who works with older adults. Getting enough vitamin B6 won't reverse time, but it might help you feel sharper, more stable, and more like you again. Now, if B6 is helping your mood and focus stay on track, then vitamin C is what keeps your immune system standing guard. They're the quiet support team behind how you feel, heal, and fight every single day. Number 8, vitamin C, your last line of defense for immunity and skin after 60. Hello everyone. Most people think of vitamin C as something you grab when you have a cold, but if you're over 60, it's way more than that. It's the glue that holds your body's defenses together, and without enough of it, small problems can become big ones fast. Vitamin C helps your immune system respond, repair, and recover. It's also essential for healthy skin and blood vessels, both of which naturally weaken as we age. But here's the catch. Older adults are more likely to be low on it, especially if they don't eat enough fresh fruits and vegetables every day. And since your body doesn't store vitamin C long term, you need a steady supply, daily. According to guidance from the National Institute on Aging, adults over 60 should aim for 75 to 90 milligrams a day. Not much, right? But the problem is, many folks skip citrus, tomatoes, or bell peppers, either because of taste changes, digestive issues, or limited grocery options. And when vitamin C runs low, your body takes longer to heal. Bruises show up out of nowhere. Wounds stay open longer. You get sick more often and stay sick longer. For senior health, small steps make a big difference. Try adding oranges, strawberries, or cooked broccoli to your meals. And if your diet's not consistent, a low-dose supplement might help fill the gap. Just keep it under 2,000 milligrams a day to avoid stomach upset. And here's the sign to watch for. If you notice slow healing cuts, frequent colds, or unexplained fatigue, don't brush it off. Talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian who works with older adults. A little more vitamin C might be the simplest fix you didn't know you needed. Slow healing cuts, more frequent colds, or easy bruising? You're not the only one. Tap 8 in the comments if that's something you've experienced recently. So after talking about vitamin C, the one that helps you heal, keeps your immune system sharp, and gives your skin that little extra support, let's take a soft step back and look at the big picture. If you're over 60, these aren't just vitamins, they're quiet tools that help you stay steady, strong, and clear-headed. Vitamin D works like your bones bodyguard. B12 keeps your mind sharp and your nerves in check. B6 steps in to balance your mood and your memory. And vitamin C? It's that last line of defense, your daily shield against slow recovery and everyday wear and tear. They're small things, sure, but when you give your body what it really needs, it pays you back in energy, strength, and confidence. Little by little, day by day. Helpful tip: review your vitamin and medication list regularly. Avoid the overload trap. Hey, here's something most folks don't think about. After 60, it's not uncommon to take a handful of pills every day. A prescription here, a multivitamin there, maybe a supplement for memory, one for joints, and before you know it, you're doubling up on the same nutrients without even realizing it. This kind of stacking can quietly cause harm. Take vitamin A, for example. It's in many multivitamins, but also in fish oil, liver capsules, and even some eye health supplements. So while each one seems harmless alone, together they might push you way over the safe limit, putting your liver and bones at risk. Pharmacists and geriatric specialists recommend doing a full supplement checkup at least twice a year. That means gathering everything you take, prescriptions, over-the-counter meds, and all vitamins, and showing them to your doctor or pharmacist. They can help you spot duplicates, dangerous combos, or nutrients you don't even need. For better senior health, this is one of the simplest but most powerful habits you can build. And if you're not sure how to start, just bring your pill organizer or supplement bag to your next checkup. You'd be surprised how many problems can be solved just by subtracting what doesn't belong. Before we wrap up, just think back to that one simple tip we mentioned earlier, taking a closer look at everything you're putting into your body, even the vitamins. Sometimes the biggest changes come from removing the wrong things and adding just a little of what your body truly needs. If you start early, even small changes can protect your bones, sharpen your memory, and keep your immune system stronger as you age. That's the heart of today's message. Not every vitamin is safe, and not every supplement is worth it, especially after 60. So talk to your doctor, stay hydrated, and check in on how you're really feeling. Your body's been working hard for decades. It deserves the right support now. And if this video helped you understand your own health a little better, follow HEALZO for more practical, research-based tips made just for you. Don't forget to share this with someone who needs it. Senior health starts with knowing what works and what doesn't.